welcome to my channel. Today's scary story is about doom scrolling and was sent in by our user. I'm alone in my apartment. It's late at night and I can't sleep. My girlfriend and I have a fight. She left the apartment a while ago. I feel stupid for whatever reason. I can't remember. I went into the bathroom to charge it so I could watch one more video before I go to bed. Every time I turned around, she was standing there. But when I turned back to the mirror, it was always just me. The videos were dark and creepy by that point. I started to get scared. That's when I saw her. I thought she was there in the mirror, but when I turned around, no. It was just my reflection. I shrugged and went back to watching videos. I started going through TikTok and Instagram like normal, just trying to pass the time. This is when my girlfriend and I would normally cuddle and fall asleep together, but we haven't been on good terms lately. I don't know how long I spent doom scrolling, but it was getting late and my phone was almost dead. She said she was sorry for the fight and asked me if I could forgive her. I've never seen a ghost, by the way, and now I hope I never do. I feel like if I did, I wouldn't be able to handle it. We talked for a bit longer and then fell asleep together. This happened 3 or 4 times over the course of an hour. When my phone fully charged, I got a text from her saying she was home. I looked up and saw her standing right in front of me with a big smile on her face. I responded that I was just getting up and I went to the bedroom to lie down next to her. We talked about what happened earlier and she said she had a feeling I was awake the entire time and wanted to see if I was. Now every time I lay in bed, I think about how close I was to seeing her ghost. Well, that was terrifying. Do you believe in ghosts? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you do, have you ever seen one? Also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time. This second scary story, it was posted by a Reddit user. I remember it all too well. It was 2012, and I was just getting over a breakup. My ex had been cheating on me for months, and I only found out when she posted pictures of her and her new boyfriend on Facebook. That's when I came across this one video called Top 10 Ways You Will Die. I saw a thread about a guy who was convinced he was going to die soon, because he had seen a video about ways you can die. He started having anxiety and having a panic attack, thinking his time was running out, and then he started seeing all these signs that he was about to die. I also started having trouble sleeping, because I kept having nightmares about being chased or attacked. I felt like I was cursed, and that I was being stalked by death itself. I was so desperate to escape this nightmare that I even considered moving cities. But before I did, I wanted to get to the bottom of this. Some of them were even losing their minds because they couldn't take it anymore. I felt a little bit better knowing that I wasn't alone, but it didn't make the situation any less terrifying. In the middle of the night, I would wake up with a start and my heart would be pounding in my chest. I didn't have much to lose at this point, so I followed the instructions and filled out a request form. I posted my story and asked if anyone else was experiencing this. The doom scrolling had stopped and the bad luck seemed to have vanished. I don't know if it was all just a scam. Maybe it was, but what I do know is that I haven't had a single accident since I got the necklace and it has been 10 years. I went back online to thank the man who helped me, but his account was gone. Also, check out my other videos, which are just as creepy. I didn't really believe that I would get a response, but I did. And what I read shocked me. The pendant was a silver pentagram, and I could feel a strange energy coming from it. He told me to wear the necklace at all times, and it would protect me. I would lie there for a while trying to calm myself down before going back to sleep. First, he saw a black cat cross his path, then he saw a ladder. I didn't really have that kind of money, but I was desperate, so I agreed. He started freaking out, thinking that he was cursed and that he was going to die at any moment. He told me that he was a former member of a secret society that had been passed down for generations. This society was dedicated to protecting the world from evil, and they had special abilities that allowed them to perform rituals and cast spells. He ended up having an anxiety attack and died of a heart attack in front of his wife. Of course, being young and stupid, I thought that I was invincible and nothing bad could ever happen to me. But still, I watched the video and forgot about it. I thought that maybe I should stay indoors just in case. But then I saw a news article about a guy who died while taking a shower. The next day I was taking a shower and I nearly had a heart attack when the water turned cold. I got out of the shower and I saw a huge crack in the wall. It was a big, long, vertical crack that looked exactly like a lightning bolt. She made it clear that I was ungood enough for her and that I would never amount to anything in life. Her words, not mine. So I was feeling pretty down on myself and my luck. First, I saw a plane in the sky and then I saw a picture of a plane crash on Reddit. Then I saw a car accident on the road while I was driving. And then I started finding more and more accidents like cycling, motorbike accidents, people falling off ladders, you name it. It was everywhere. To try and get my mind off things, I started watching YouTube videos to help me feel better. The next day I woke up and started browsing Reddit. I thought it was just a coincidence. But then I started seeing things too. At this point, I was starting to freak out. After that, I couldn't take a shower without freaking out. This went on for months, and it was driving me insane. So I went online and I found a forum for people who were into this sort of thing. There were dozens of stories, just like mine. People who were being haunted by death, stalked by bad luck. One of the replies caught my eye. Someone had posted a link to a website that claimed to be able to remove curses. The next day I got an email back from someone who introduced himself as the owner of the website. He told me that he could perform a ritual to remove the curse and protect me from harm, but it would cost me $500. The next day I received a package in the mail. It was a small box with a velvet lining that contained a necklace and a pendant. As soon as I put it on, I felt a sense of calm wash over me. To this day, I still wear the necklace, and I haven't seen any signs of bad luck or death. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. Get ready for this last story. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen on the internet. It was a picture of a large wooden chest with the caption "Free to a good home." The man had seen these types of posts before. People in his neighborhood would post things they no longer wanted. Stuff like old TVs, furniture, or, in this case, an old wooden chest. He figured it would make a great storage chest for all of his comic books and video games. So he immediately got in touch with the person who posted it. The man instantly regretted his life choices that had led him to this moment. They drove him around for hours, stopping occasionally to take pictures of him with their phones. If you ask me, this is one of the scariest stories I've ever heard. Imagine being tied up in the trunk of a car not knowing where you are, where they re-gone. Nah, take you. Also, can we appreciate the irony here? These people wanted to kill someone for no other reason than because they could, and they chose the wrong guy to mess with. Let's just say the victim in this story got extremely lucky. Eventually, they let him out in the middle of nowhere. To this day, he has no idea where exactly they dropped him off. All he remembers is that he was never the same after what the couple did to him. He tried to defend himself, but the guy was too quick. The guy pressed the knife against his throat and said, "You should have been more careful. Now we're gonna kill you. But if you don't want to do that, then just remember, I'm always watching." As the man struggled to keep himself from bleeding out, the couple began arguing. The girl wanted to cut off his head, but the guy thought that would be a bit too messy. They argued back and forth until finally the guy ripped off the man's shirt, tied his hands behind his back and taped his mouth shut. Then they put him in the trunk of their car and drove him to an ATM. A man was scrolling through his Facebook feed when he saw a post from a local buy and sell group. After some back and forth, the two agreed to meet at a nearby gas station so that the man could take the chest off of their hands. As the man approached, he noticed something strange. There was blood on the inside of the car, specifically on the back seat where the chest had been placed. At first, he thought it was ketchup, but as he got closer, he realized it was human blood. Before he could say anything, one of the guys from the couple opened the back door, leaned over and whispered something to him. Startled by this sudden outburst, the man quickly looked around to see if anyone else had noticed what had happened. When he turned back, the guy was gone. The man asked what he was talking about, but the guy just smiled and kept quiet. It was a hot summer day, so the man decided to go shopping. When he got to the gas station, the couple that was selling the chest was there waiting for him. She said, "Let's just get this over with." She then told the man that she and her boyfriend wanted to kill someone, and that they had chosen him. To be honest, he was confused. He didn't do anything to these people. Why did they want to kill him? They were a young, attractive couple in their mid-20s, the type of people who always seemed to be up to no good. But the man wasn't there to make friends. He just wanted that chest. The four of them walked out to the car where the chest was being kept. As the man continued to stare at the blood in disbelief, the girl from the couple finally spoke up. As the man stood there dumbfounded, the guy pulled out a large hunting knife and lunged at him. The couple withdrew all of the money the man had in his account, and then left him in the car. In an interview years later, he said that every time he closes his eyes, he sees the couple standing over him with a knife. If you want to hear another terrifying story, then click the video on screen now.